I just made it to the Colosseum, or Coliseo as the locals say. The moment you walk into this area, you can really feel the energy buzzing around. So here's a little tip. You can actually enter the Colosseum complex area for free. But if you want to go inside the amphitheater itself, you'll need to ticket. For the free area though, prepare for some pretty long lines. And since I'm traveling solo today, I got lucky. People were kind enough to give me a few slacks and let me squeeze through the queue. It's midday now and the sun is right above me. And in Rome, though it's in late summer now, it can still get pretty warm. It's hot, but honestly bearable. I just took off my jacket, grabbed some water, and kept exploring. Now, standing in front of this massive stone structure, it's surreal. The Colosseum was built almost 2,000 years ago, around 800 AD, by the Emperor Vespasian and later completed by his son Titus. Just imagine, this was the biggest amphitheater ever built in the Roman Empire. It could hold between 50 to 80,000 spectators, all cheering wildly for gladiator fights, animal hunts, even mock naval battles when they used to flood the arena. As I walk inside, you can really see how indigenous ancient Roman engineering was. The arena floor, which no longer exists, once covered the complex underground system called the Hypodium. It's a network of tunnels and lifts where gladiators and animals were kept before being raised into the arena. For those arches and corridors you see behind me, you can picture where the Roman crowd sat. The higher you were seated, the lower your social status. Senators sat closest to the action, while women and poor were at the very top tier. The light pouring through the stone arches gives everything a golden glow. Just imagine, it's been through earthquakes, fires, and centuries of natural decay, and yet it still stands, a symbol of true Roman power and passion for spectacles. If you visit, take your time. Walk the perimeter, peek through the arches, and look out toward the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill. That view alone feels like traveling back in time. This place isn't just ruins, it's a living story of courage, entertainment, and empire. And right now, walking here under the Roman noon sun, I can't help but think how incredible it is. The echoes of the crowd, the clash of swords, and the roar of lions once filled this same space. For someone who studied history, visiting the Colosseum feels less like seeing a tourist spot and more like stepping into a textbook that suddenly came to life. It's also one of the greatest examples of Roman innovation. The arches, the underground chamber, crowd management system, even modern stadium today still borrow the idea from structure like this. But beyond architecture, the Colosseum reminds us how history carries both achievements and brutality at the same time. It represents human creativity, but also the realities of violence used as a public spectacles. One thing stayed in my mind: some places teach you history, but the Colosseum lets you feel it.
Pagod na ako Ngayon, alam ko 1:30, it's 1:26. Alam ko magpo-close to Ayan. Tapos later pupunta ko naman yung Forum Palatine. Kakain muna ako. Basta. Ayun ko muna ng pizza. Masyadong heavy. One last glance. Lamig, sarap. Nanghaling tapat na. I think magko-close na sila. Ang sarap maglakad dito. Kasi malamig. Kasi tanghaling tapat. Alam mo yun. Ulit-ulit ako Yung mga pictures puro sharp. Kasi tanghali.
Welcome to the Roman Forum, once the bustling center of political, religious, and social life in ancient Rome. Over 2,000 years ago, this very ground was alive with the footsteps of senators, emperors, merchants, and citizens shaping one of the greatest civilizations in history. Just imagine this place at its peak, grand marble temples towering above, public speeches echoing through the air, and triumphal processions celebrating military victories marching through its sacred streets. It wasn't just a marketplace. It was the heartbeat of the empire. Here, laws were debated, decisions were made that shaped continents, and history was written in real time. Structures like the Temple of Saturn, the Ark of Titus, and the Curia still stands in fragment, whispering stories of power, ambition, and legacy. But just above the monument space lies another equally powerful landmark, the Palatine Hill. According to the Roman mythology, this is where Romulus founded Rome in 753 BC. And whether legend or history, one thing is certain, this hill became the most desirable address in the ancient world. Emperors built their grand palaces here, overlooking the forum below, symbolizing their control over the city and its people.
Se pensi oggi a
Dito naman.
In the shadow of ancient Rome's greatness lies a place that marked the turning point in history, the Forum of Caesar, also known as the Forum Lilium. This was not just another public square, it was a bold statement of power, ambition, and legacy, built by one of the Rome's most influential figures, Julius Caesar. Before this forum existed, the original Roman Forum had become overcrowded and insufficient for the expanding needs of the Republic. Caesar envisioned something different. Something that would reflect both the glory of Rome and his own rising authority. Constructions began around 54 BC, funded largely by Caesar's military victories, especially his conquest of Gaul. And from the beginning, this was more than just an architecture. It was a politics carved into stone. Just imagine walking through in its prime.
Oh, sorry. It's fine. Thank you.
But what made this forum truly significant was its symbolism. For the first time, a Roman leader placed his own legacy at the center of the city. It blurred the line between republic and personal power, quietly signaling the shift toward empire. The Forum of Caesar would later influence many imperial forums that followed, becoming the blueprint for how rulers use architecture to express authority. Today, only fragments remain. Broken columns, stone foundation, and scattered ruins sits quietly in modern Rome. Yet, even in its incomplete form, this space still speaks. And it tells the story of a man who changed Rome forever, not just through conquest, but through vision. A man who understood that to rule an empire, you must also shape how it is seen, remembered, and experienced. And standing here today, you don't just witness the ruins, you witness the moment Rome began to transform into an empire. Standing in the heart of Rome is one of Italy's most striking landmarks, the Victor Emmanuel II National Monument, also known as the Altare della Patria. Built in honor of Victor Emmanuel II, Italy's first king, the monument celebrates unification of Italy in the 19th century, a moment that transforms scattered states into one nation. From the power of Colosseum to the legend of the Palatine Hill and the political heart of the Forum of Caesar, every step in Rome feels like walking through history. We also stood before the grand Victor Emmanuel II National Monument, a symbol of unity and modern Italy rising above its ancient past. And now, we're heading to the magical Fountain de Trevi. And that's another story for the next video. Thank you for staying and watching. Ciao, ciao.
Now I'm heading to Fontana de Trevi.